Hey guys, today I wanted to show you 5 budget knives that are just pretty awesome at what they do. Now I know there's a million top 5 knives videos out there, but I wanted to take not top 5 bushcraft knives, not top 5 survival knives, not top 5 whatever. I wanted to mix and match different types of knives and just show you different examples of the types of knives out there and good budget options for those types. And I picked different types of steel, different manufacturers, different country of origin, everything. So this is kind of a wider array than your average kind of narrow-minded list. And the idea being that you can kind of look and get an idea as to how to expand upon your collection and be a little more so what I'm looking for, I guess capable, so that you have different capabilities, I guess is the best way to put it. Everything here is under $50. In fact, most of these are, I think everything's actually under $35, to be honest. Maybe some prices have gone up, but I don't think so. So first is the Condor 5-inch bushcraft knife. These things come with really nice leather, thick leather sheaths. They're really good. They come with I think nice walnut handles, brass pins. They're full tang construction. Nice powder coat blades. Usually they kind of have like a weird semi-scandy grind edge on them. 90-degree spine. These things are nice, heavy duty, thick, indestructible knives. Even if you break that handle, the blade's still there. It's a full, tang blade. This is great for a bushcraft or survival knife. It's tough, it's robust, it's a simple design that will probably not break. It's a good carbon steel. The price on them I think is like $30 to $35. They're fairly well renowned for their quality for the price. They're are they the best? No, they're not the best on the market, but in this budget category, Condor actually makes quite a few good knives in this category. The bushcraft is not the only one. They also make the bush lore. They make a Kephart knife and a Nesmith knife, and others. There's a bunch of others that are below $40 that are really good quality. Condor tends to stick with their budget line of knives with the same process, which is a full tang knife, walnut handle, kind of simple powder coat blade. Really nice. These are great for survival bushcraft applications. Carbon steel, of course, more prone to corrosion than stainless, but a little better at edge keeping, and it throws a better spark on a ferro rod. Next is a Mora companion, but you know what? You can put any Mora in this package pretty much. Most Moras, except for a few, are under $50, and they're very good values because some of them you can get for $10 to $15. They're made of different steels. You can pick them in stainless steel, carbon steel, or a laminated steel. This one here is carbon steel. So you have a little choice in the matter, whereas a lot of knives, a lot of manufacturers don't give you the option between carbon and stainless. So all the different models, there are different lengths, widths, all that jazz. I tend to stick with the carbon steel when it comes to Moras. They're very good quality. They're known for keeping a very good edge. The only downfall is they have a short tang. The tang only goes about halfway down the handle, but it's very rare to ever see one of these broken. They're pretty robust, considering how much abuse these things take and how many people own them and have owned them for years and years and years. It's rare to see a broken one. They really know what they're doing. Once again, great bushcraft knife, camp knife, backpacking. I used to bring these things backpacking. I first learned about them reading about like ultralight backpacking, and everyone said, the Moras, because you can get the Mora and the sheath, and they're like 6-7 ounces. So people were crazy about them. So I ordered one, and kind of been in love since. Next, people might not like this choice, but I picked one of the cold steel knives. I picked the Outdoorsman Light. These come with like a real simple nylon sheath, nothing amazing. These things are made of a 4116 German stainless steel, which has really good protection against corrosion. However, they don't hold an edge very well at all. But it's a trade-off. If you're going to be carrying something in a long-term survival situation, that corrosion resistance might be more important to you than edge keeping. Plus, it's a softer steel. You're going to be able to sharpen it much easily. It'll be much more easier to sharpen in the field, even with rudimentary tools, with a softer steel. So this may not be the option for you, but it could be. This Outdoorsman Light, not a bad little knife. Like I said, that 4116 stainless is a good steel. It's full tang, over molded handle. This is not the only knife Cold Steel offers in that price range. They offer a whole line in the 4116. They offer a Tonto Light, Pendleton Hunter Light. There's a Canadian belt knife, a Skinner knife, the Finn Wolf, Finn Bear. There's a whole bunch of them. They're all like under $25, all made of that same steel. You know what? They're great beaters. These are the kind of knife you can stash in your truck, stash in your ATV. You don't have to worry about them getting wet. They have, like I said, they have really good corrosion resistance. But that, the steel just doesn't say, it does get very, very sharp. It does get, because it is a softer steel, you can get this just lightning sharp. Just doesn't hold it forever. So, it's a good option for people. I like them. I've used them. In fact, I've used the Finn Wolf for skinning deer for many, many years. I've probably skinned a dozen deer on my Finn Wolf. It's a fantastic little knife. Next, Gerber Profile with the gut hook. Nylon sheet, nothing special. The Gerber Profiles kind of got to be relatively popular because they're just a very simple knife. They're a full tang construction with some kind of plastic handle scales. This one has a gut hook. You don't have to get the gut hook with every model, but they're just very simple, very appropriately sized for camping, fishing, hunting, hiking, whatever. And once again, this is a softer stainless steel. So performance-wise, you're not going to get the absolute best out of this. But once again, this is a knife you can throw in a hunting pack, and if it's pouring rain all day, you don't have to worry about this being a rust bucket at the end of the day. Or say you're at hunting camp for a week, you don't have to worry about at the end of your week your knife being ruined. This is a good alternative for deer camp. I don't particularly always like Gerbers. I've had some problems with a few of them over the years, but this one here I think is a great example. I think I picked this up for like $22. I added this one to the mix because you can actually get this one at the box stores. This is something you can get at Walmart, Gander Mountain, Cabela's, any of the big box stores. This is something you should be able to find on the shelf, which is why I added it, because it is a decent option. It's not the best steel, but construction-wise, this is something that shouldn't ever break on you. The blade shouldn't snap. It's a very soft steel. It'd probably bend before it snapped. Pretty rugged and indestructible, if you ask me. I'm gonna zoom in here. There we go. Last but not least, one of my all-time favorites, and I don't know why. I don't get why I love this knife so much. I just do. Is the Cold Steel Shanghai Shadow. Comes with a part Kydex, part nylon sheath. Something you can strap onto Molly or wear on your belt. It is carbon steel. I think it's 5160 spring steel, if I remember right. Very nice kind of combat style weapon. It's got the little ring on the end, something you can, if you're into messing around. But overall, I love this knife. It hasn't seen much use because obviously it's not an outdoor camping knife. It's just done some rudimentary testing and that's it. But it's once again a very simple design. It's a full tang knife. Scales over the metal handle. If these scales break, you can just wrap it in duct tape, paracord, whatever. It doesn't matter. It's spring steel, so it's going to be tough as nails. Pretty sure it's spring steel. It's either spring steel or 1095. It's probably spring steel. Cold Steel likes to do a lot of 5160 spring steel. So these just tough as nails, tough steel, and pretty good corrosion resistance out of them as well. This is a good bug out knife. You know, if you think you might be having to do some heavy duty combat, this is something you might want to consider. But you know what? There's other things that Cold Steel makes like this that you can substitute as well if you don't like that design, which I definitely understand. It's not very practical at all. They have the USGI Tanto, or Tanto, I was, you know, whatever. And there's a few other knives that they make out of spring steel that are the Bushman, a couple of smaller machetes and all that whatnot. But these things are like $25, which I think makes them a fantastic deal. They're right in here with the rest of these. And, you know, is it a survival knife? No. Is it a bushcraft knife? No. Is it fun? Hell yes. You know? So in that kind of desire to show you a little bit of everything, I wanted to show you this as well, because it is an inexpensive blade that you can add to your collection. And you know what? Maybe you're like me. Maybe you just like fun knives. So I wanted to show it off. I've shown it off in a lot. It's actually been in a lot of videos over the years, and because it is, I really enjoy it. It's a knife that, you know, I know it's kind of like a safe queen, but I'm okay with that, even though it's like a $20 knife. I really like it. It just feels good, feels fun. You know, it'd definitely be something where, you know, I would have no problem putting that on like a Molly vest. You know, if the end of the world comes, no problem at all. But overall, there's some good knife choices here, and you don't have to sacrifice quality just because you're on a budget, which is one of the big points I want to make it on this video, is that you can still get good stuff. And one of the biggest shames I see is when people come out and they bought some no-name, you know, Chinese flea market brand knife, and they're like, oh geez, I'm going to use this for survival. It's, you know, it worked for me. I've had it for 10 years and it's great. And okay, it may have worked for you great, but, you know, in reality, if you can spend a few dollars more and get something of really good quality, why not do that? And in that case, you know, I just wanted to point out that there are really good options out there. Even though, you know, every one of these has their flaws. You know, none of these are perfect in any way, but each of these has its own little kind of use that you can manage out of it. And add to your collection. That's the big thing. Is, you know, it's not to, at least my opinion is not to go out and buy that $400 one knife that will do everything, but instead to pick up those high value knives so you can build a good collection so that you can meet all of your needs. Now, of course, you know, if I'm going out hunting, I might bring something like this Outdoorsman Light. You know, especially if I know I'm going to be doing a lot of game, wet environment, you know, may not have the opportunity to clean the knife all day. You know, if I'm doing some whittling, maybe camp chores, I might go with one of these too. You know, but they're all different and different purposes, and you know, pretty much every one of them could be used for self-defense. Pretty much every one of them could be used for whittling. Pretty much every one of them could be used to process game. It's just they're going to be some better than the others. So just wanted to show a few. And like I said, I'm not just condoning the individual knives here, but there are other knives that these manufacturers make that are in that same price range that are very similar that you can substitute out as well. So hope you guys enjoyed.